So I'll start, Sarah, with you because new everything, new apartment, new beginnings, new writing, Aidan as well. But tell us more about where Carrie's going.
Well, you just did it so beautifully. Professionally, writing fiction for the first time, a story that allows for narration again in the show, which I think is beautifully done in that it's telling the story of this woman at the turn of the century, but perhaps in fact it is also describing an internal monologue of Carrie's. She has, agreed to this sort of sabbatical from Aidan, the relationship officially, and is trying to do her best to honor. They think they both are what they both believe they understand that to mean. And a new home, which feels big and too much and undeserving and excited about, and friendships that need tending to with lives that are continuing to evolve and be wonderfully complicated, and children and marriages and the life that is a very active heartbeat, I think, for all the characters. But just, it's a big season. It's I said to somebody earlier, it's like a very high calorie count, but I really like it. It's like, I don't mind these calories. I don't know.
No, listen, we'll consume it all. We'll take it all. So. And amazing guest stars as well. I mean, we see like returning faces, but we also get to see these cameos that we love. So Cynthia with Miranda, she has some fun with guest stars.
She does.
I try not to give anything away.
No, she does. I mean, it's always, Miranda is single and on a quest to find someone to date, and I think that's, when our old show, our current show is always that it's the essence of it is really that, So it's fun to have Miranda plunge back into the dating pool 20 years later, completely out of her depth.
And it's summer in New York. We love it.
Yeah.
Kristin, you kind of visit back. So like as you were moving forward to season 3, but you're visiting back just Charlotte and her journey as well with Are You a Charlotte? I love that. What has that been like for you to just revisit the past but still building a new story for her?
It's great. I mean, I think that the fact that we're together working really allowed me to look back at it. I'd been asked before, and it seemed like it would be kind of living in the past in a strange way. But I think because we're together and we're still so vibrantly able to tell these women's stories, it gave me the freedom to look back and really look at it objectively in a way that I wasn't able to at the time. And I've been learning so much. I feel so great about us, our early us, because I had previously thought in my head that we weren't together and that it took us time to find the show, and I look back and I think no, like we just came at it and brought all of ourselves, and our incredible writers were there, and it clicked in a kind of a magical way even in 1998. Which we're just so incredibly lucky, and so lucky to have our wonderful new characters with us now.
I was just gonna say that as well, and it's like the fact that we keep getting more and we get to learn about you guys as well. Nicole, I'll start with you because Lisa is this badass mom, boss. We love it. But how does she juggle things this season?
Well, any of the moms at this table, all 5 of us, like, it's, you don't know what you're doing all the time, but somehow the love downloads the right information and you just figure it out. And the dog needs to get, a shot, and because they're vomiting, and your husband is calling you because
he's not cool.
Something is happening with him. I mean, you just find a way. You just find a way. And in my real life, maybe I'm talking about myself.
I was just thinking that.
It's what I love. I was saying this earlier today. I love that the writers have made her fashionable and befitting of the company of these brilliant women, but they also gave her a kitchen.
Yes,
and like they're making her like real, like, and that she still makes the sandwiches even with the giant necklace on.
There are so many moms in our writing pool that I think every time someone is parenting, you totally believe it.
And Sarita, you amazing addition with Sema, and it's beautiful to see again like new characters in a familiar universe. Where do we pick up with Sema this season?
Well, we left Seema. She was beginning a long distance relationship with someone who was in Egypt. And I think Seema is very practical, and she's like, look, I want to try and make this work, but it doesn't take that long to. She's a business mind. She then heads into a rocky terrain in that she's looking for love. I don't think she really expects to find it. So if she does, she's destabilized.
Doesn't trust it.
So it's kind of, I really enjoyed playing her not being as confident, but yet deciding to be at the next moment. It was interesting. It was fun. And her business, something happens in her work that totally changes everything for her. So between love and there's a lot of instability.
And just like with Lisa's character, I love that we're fleshing out both Seema and Lisa as well. And Sarah, I noticed that you were agreeing when Kristin was talking about just visiting back the past and whatnot. You were on the podcast and you shared something that I'm like, I can't imagine a universe where you're not Carrie, honestly. But you did share your hesitation. Looking back now,
I think I just, because it's an opportunity to make sure if I wasn't clear enough, I didn't hesitate about playing the part or doing the pilot. I think when it came time to think, when it became apparent that we were going to do the series, I think that's when I started to like have a allergic reaction. I think, and I think probably everybody here can understand that it was 1997 or 1998, and my idea of working in television was purposefully limiting for an actor. It was like they lock you up in a contract, which was also a huge privilege too, like 7 years of work, potentially guaranteed. But at the same time, that felt like a kind of a sort of sentence as well, because at that point, I think all of us were like doing a movie, then doing a play, then maybe doing a small part in a movie, then doing a night of one acts off Broadway. And so you were moving around and your career felt very dynamic. And I was just afraid of losing the opportunity to still do all the things that I thought made me better. So I just had a sit down with someone who was wise and had good counsel and said, no, of course it doesn't have to be like that. And I will also say that the network at the time, which was HBO, said, yeah, but we don't work by those conventional rules. We can be anything. We can do a show for a season, then talk about it and see how we feel, and we don't have to shoot then. And if you guys want to do a play, you'll go do a play. Wow. So I was disabused, like I was rightfully course corrected. So it wasn't a hesitation about playing Carrie. It was, what did it mean when the time came to actually do the series?
No, 1,000%. I'm glad you added more
and
context.
by the way, I hope I shared that the day we shot the first day of the series, I got to walk to work that day and never look back.
Yeah, that was it. That was what did it for. Back. Thank goodness.
Like I was just like in heaven. Yeah, and it's felt like that since then, last many 20 plus years.
Oh my gosh, and we've been on that ride with you. So thank you ladies for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's on everything.
Thank you so much.
Bye.